Hello students. So today we can look into the unit 2 other techniques. So today we can look into the in detail the neural network concept, which is a machine learning algorithm where it is a supervised learning. We have the number of input values like training data set and we know the target data set, right? So it is about a supervised learning. So under supervised learning the neural network is one of the important algorithm used. Okay, so here one question will be asked in the exam: what is neural network, and explain the perceptron model. So actually neural network, you came to know how the particular data works, right? It has a set of data, training data set, then it has a neurons like structure like a human brain, right? It has a number of cells known as neurons. It will process the data and produce a single output. The output can be of 0 or 1. So perceptron is nothing but a basic unit of a neural network, where it is a network that takes a number of input. Okay, it takes a number of input and carries out some processing on those inputs and produces an output. So it carries somewhat the data and processing take place. So it is known as a perceptron. It's one of the important algorithm in supervised learning for a binary classification. So it's a perceptron. So we can look in detail the particular explanation. So neural networks are a different paradigm for computing which draws the inspiration from the neuroscience. So here it is drawn the inspiration from the neuroscience concept. Neural networks are adaptation of a human neural networks that helps the human beings to become aware of their surroundings. Artificial neurons or processing elements are simplified models of a biological neurons. So artificial neurons or a processing elements are simplified the models of a biological neurons. It is connected with the biological terms. Okay, so sometimes we can in short form neural network is also known as ANN is nothing but a artificial neural network. Okay, an artificial neuron has a number of inputs, a cell body, and an output that can be connected to a number of other neurons. So an artificial neural network has a many number of inputs. We can input the any number of values, and a cell body where the processing takes place. It's a neuron step. Then we will get the output. Okay, so it is the output will be considered by the input. Okay, so ANN are densely interconnected network of processing elements together with the rule to adjust the strength of the connections between the units in response to the externally supplied data. A simple model of a neuron computed the weighted sum of inputs to the neuron and the output value of 1 or 0. So here the neural network produces the output by considering the input and making the calculation and all by considering the its weight. It will produce the output as 1 or 0. Okay. So here you can see one diagram. So it is about a simple perceptron. Okay, so here you can see the I. So here it is I0 and I1. Okay, so these are the input values I0, I1, and we have can see that one node, it is a bias unit. So bias unit is nothing but a it increases the capacity of the network to solve the problems. So okay, so here bias is used to solve the capacity of the network. Consider this as a node 0, node 1, and it is a bias node. Okay, so here W0, W1 and WB is a weight base. Okay, so W0, W1 are the weights. So weight means refers to the strength or a distance of a connection between the two nodes. So we are considering the distance between this node and this node, that is inputting and neurons node. So here the activity takes place. Okay, So neurons, it can be said as a cell. Okay, you can consider it as a node where the distance between the one node and another node will be considered in the weight. Okay, so this node has a weight 0. Then I have marked input 1 I1 and this node as W1, and we have bias unit that is -1, that we have mentioned it as WB. So it is a weight which refers to the strength or a distance of a connection between the two nodes. Okay, so where here the y here you can see where after considering the input and the processing, after processing take place, it will have the output as y. The y can be either I0 or I1. It can be the I0 or I1. Okay, so this is a simple perceptron model. Here it has the I0, I1, and we have bias unit. Then we have weight, that is W0, W1 and WB. To find out the output, that is Y. Y can be either I0 or I1. So there will be a condition greater than 0 or less than 0 and all. So we can see that in detail. So consider a simple neural network with two inputs, that is I0 and I1, and one binary output, that is Y. So here the input is I0 and I1. The output we are considered it as Y. So W0 and W1 are the connection strength of inputs I0 and I1 respectively. So W means a weight, which refers to a distance of a connection which can be maintained between the two nodes. We are calculating the distance between the input node and the processing node. Okay, so the total input received at the processing unit is given by W0 I0 plus W1 I1 minus WB. WB is the weight bias. Okay, W0, so like this you are calculating W0 I0, W1 I1, then we have the WB. Okay, so minus, so bias is always the -1 value. So here where WB is a threshold function. Okay, WB is the threshold function. So the output of y can be, so y is, if y is 1, if W0 I0 plus W1 I1 minus WB is greater than 0. So output y is 1. So you all know that neural network produces the output will be in form of 1 or 0. If it is greater than 0, this formula, then the output will be 1. So if the output y is 0, then the W0 I0 plus W1 I1 minus WB should be less than equals 0. So this is the output value. The output value will be y is 1 or y is 0 if greater than 0 or less than 0. Okay, this is about the perceptron model. So next we can look into the typical artificial neurons with the activation function. So here we can see the work of the particular function, a typical artificial neuron with activation function, how it uses the activation function we can see. So the threshold minimum, so when we need the activation function, we need a threshold. Okay, threshold means the minimum. Okay, minimum value. Okay, like the threshold minimum function or a step function is replaced by the other more general continuous function called the activation function. So here you can see that we have the input, okay, input values and n number of weighted. Okay, after inputting the value, we have n number of weight value, that is W1, W2 to Wn. So we have a n number of weighted inputs. So this is nothing but a combination function. So here we have the simple, this is a summation. Okay, summation function. Summation means the sum of all. We are taking this weights sum. We are taking the value of this weight. Okay, we are adding those values and that will be transferred. Okay, transferred function makes up the activation function of a node. So it combines the particular sum of the weight values and it produces the output. Okay, so this is about a activation function we can see in detail. So the above diagram consisted of n weighted inputs, that is Wi equals 1, 2 to n. So this is nothing but I, okay, I equals. Okay, so here you can see w1 to wn, which is a weighted values, are combined via a combination function, that is often a simple summation. So we are combining all this into the one particular symbol, that is a summation. Okay, summation symbol. So a transfer function calculates the corresponding value, the result yielding a single output, usually ranging between 0 and 1. So after considering the combination of the sum of the values, or a summation means the sum of the particular weighted values, then it will find the output, that is either 0 or 1. Okay, after it's considered the ranging between the 0 and 1. The combination function and transfer function make up the activation function of a node, which means this function makes the activation function. Okay, combination function and transfer function makes the activation function of a node. The common transfer functions are used. They are sigmoid function, linear function, or hyperbolic function. So here we can have the three types of function, that is sigmoid, linear, and then hyperbolic function. Sigmoid function and where linear function are of like straight line. Okay, so it's a big calculating algorithms and all here we can use, that is by considering these transfer functions. Okay, so the most commonly used function is the sigmoid function. So when you are using a neural network, by considering the activation function, we will be mainly using the sigmoid function or a linear function. Okay, the most commonly used function is the sigmoid function, that is also known as a logistic function. It produces a value between 0 and 1 for any inputs of the combination function. So it can take any number of input, but the output can be either 0 or 1. Okay, so this is about the activation function in a neural network. Next we can consider the architecture of a feed forward network. Okay, so here the connection between the layers are unidirectional, then it is known as a feed forward networks. So where there will be the connection route, right, the networks, so that will be known as a feed forward networks. There are two different architectures of feed forward networks. They are multi-layer perceptron and a radial basis function. It can be known as MLP and RBF. So it's one of the important topics, students. So where we can look into first, that is multi-layer perceptron. So here it is developed from a simple perceptron. So perceptron, as I told, it is the basic unit of a neural network, which is an important algorithm in a supervised learning for a binary classification, right? So where it is developed from a simple perceptron in which extra layers are added, more than one hidden layer is used here. More than one hidden layer are being used in this MLP. Okay, the connections are allowed from input layer to the first hidden layer, from the first hidden layer to the second layer, and so on until the last hidden layer to the output layer. So here in MLP we have more than one hidden layers. So hidden layers are between the neurons. Okay, so after inputting the data, next comes the processing data. So there it has the hidden layers. Okay, so the presence of the hidden layers allows the artificial neural network to approximate a variety of non-linear function. It uses the function like transfer function, where it can be a sigmoid and sigmoid or logistic, and a linear function and hyperbolic function. So it can use the any nonlinear functions. Then the transfer function used here is the sigmoid function. So in multi-layer perceptron, it uses the sigmoid function. Okay, the actual construction of the network, determination of the number of hidden layers and the total number of units is a trial and error process and depends on the problem. So the actual construction of the network is a determination of the number of hidden layers. So here it determines the how many hidden layers are there in the network and the total number of units, that is a weights, okay, total number of units in a trial in a network, and the error here -1, right? So some bias is used to calculate the problems. It finds out the solution easily, okay. And here it depends upon the problem. So here you can see the multi-layer perceptron. We have the input nodes and we have the hidden layers, okay. So many connections have been gone towards the hidden layer to produce some of the outputs. So here you can see this mark is a many number of hidden layers, okay. So you should draw this diagram in your notes, okay. Next we have the RBF. So RBF is a radial basis function, okay. RBF is also a feed forward network, but it has only a one hidden layer, whereas in MLP, where we had a many number of hidden layers, but in RBF we have only a single hidden layer, okay. The primary difference in MLP and RBF are the hidden layer. The hidden layer units have a respective field which has a center, that is a particular input value at which they have a maximum output. See that the hidden layer units have a respective field where it has a center, that is a particular input value at which they have a maximum output. So here in this hidden layer it have a maintained a particular input value, whereas so that it can provide one result easily, right? So here it has only a one hidden layer, okay. Their output tails off as they move away from this point. So the hidden units uses the Gaussian transfer function. So in MLP we had used the sigmoid function, but in RBF we will be using the Gaussian transfer function, okay. So here you can see in the diagram, this is the main difference. You have the single hidden layer, okay. While you drawing in your notes, must be careful, okay. So this is a diagram for RBF where it has a nodes, many number of nodes, which is inputting the weight sum of values, and it calculates the Gaussian transfer function and produces the output, that is either 0 or 1. So this is about a radial basis function network, okay. So here you can see the hidden network how it is. So this is RBF. So in multi-layer perceptron it has the value some diagram like this, okay. So any doubts you can ask in WhatsApp, okay. Thank you.